Happy April 29th. Welcome. I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to my weekly Dream Team Oracle reading. Again, it is already the end of April and we are stepping into May this week. So let's see what our dream teams want to tell us about the month of May. Well, actually the first week of May. Let's talk about that. I know I'm very excited because I think I mentioned it last week too. It's pool weather. My pool is open. I've already been out there once. I'm very excited to be inviting in spring and, of course, summer. Those are my favorite months, and I hope those are your favorite months too. I'm feeling Tarot of Dreams today. Thanks, Archangels. Thanks, Ancestors. Thanks, Ascended Masters, for coming in today and giving us the guidance that we need to move forward this week confidently towards our highest and best. We have the Four of Coins. Four of Coins is an interesting card. This is all about investment. Investment and reinvestment. This is a card of understanding that you can ask for help, but there are always consequences. Consequences can be good. Consequences can be bad, depending on the judgment that we place on them. But there's always a consequence. So I feel like there are strings attached to everything we do this week. The coin energy is really about earth energy, what we bring to the material world, what we make manifest. Really feeling here like it's about financial considerations, financial decisions and considerations. And what I'm feeling here this week is it's really important for you to assess the choices you make, assess who you are asking, and be very clear and very aware of what the price tag is before you buy. It's not a try before you buy situation. It's a do the research, do the homework, and really understand what is expected of you. I'm feeling very much the energy of like bank loans, financial situations, financial issues, investments, giving money away. Say somebody needs some money. Don't give the money if you really need it, because I feel like it won't come back to you quite in the way that you are expecting, or it won't come back to you on time. So only lend money if you can afford it, if you can afford to do it without getting it back in return or back in a certain amount of time. I'm feeling like timing is playing a big role here in financial matters this week. I'm also hearing the word benevolent. So I'm feeling that for some of us, the people that we reach out to for help are going to be benevolent about it. Their intentions are good. It's genuine. It's safe. It's a safe choice to make. For those that do not feel the benevolence, and tune into your spidey senses about that. Tune into your intuition before you sign any paperwork. Make sure that you can pay the price, or that you want to pay the price. Sometimes the price can be too high. So again, I'm picking up a lot on financial matters, but I'm also feeling that this sort of spans into emotional matters as well. Sort of an example that I can give is sometimes there are, I'm sure everybody has a situation, a person in their family, or they have a friend who has a person in their family who is like this. Someone who, maybe has a lot of money, someone who is willing to offer, is willing to help, goes the extra mile, but then if you don't thank them properly, there's a string attached, then you hear about it for the next 10 years, or they talk about you to other family members behind your back. There's a price. There's always a price tag. So maybe they give you that money and don't expect it in return, but you've got to dance to their tune, and sometimes you don't know how that is. Maybe that tune changes and you're not given that information. It's called dysfunction. So be aware of who you're asking, what you're asking for, and what the price is, what the cost is, and then weigh it out. Is that cost worth it to me? Can I deliver on that cost? Can I pay for that? financially, emotionally, or otherwise. So that's definitely something we need to keep in mind. And then I was told that I had to pull from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, which is Colette baron-Reid. And this is the one. The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. So what I'm feeling here is the free will part really stands out to me. Again, with what we were talking about here, paying attention to the cost and making a determination, is the cost worth it to me? You have free will. Don't ever feel like you are forced into a situation where you have to do something. There's always another way. I have a saying, oftentimes, sometimes the choice is between shit sandwich A and shit sandwich B, but it's still a choice. So don't ever give away your power, especially in matters of money. Oftentimes it's easy to be talked into something, you know, especially, I mean, salespeople are so good at this, talking about, oh, you have to have this product, it's this, it's that, it does all of these 57,000 things, and they've got you convinced in the store that this is a must-have, you can't live your life without it. And you bring it home and you use it once or twice. I know I've got a spiralizer that sits in my cupboard, and I don't really use it all that often. I could use it in all that often because, I mean, the sales pitch was beautiful and it makes a lot of sense, and it's sort of the trend right now. But do I use it very often? No, actually, I really don't. So, it was free will that I stepped in and purchased that, but maybe I didn't consider what was being sort of told to me, right? I had that sense of urgency, that sense of I had to do it right now. There was always another way. There's always another way. Authentic purpose and inspiration. I'm feeling like I'm really drawn to the authentic purpose aspect of things. And I'm feeling like this week, as we move into the month of May, I'm feeling that authentic purpose really is stirred up in every one of us. There's a sort of a deep-seated feeling. I feel like it's going to come through in a lot of dreams for people, waking visions. What is my purpose? Am I on purpose? Am I doing enough to be on purpose? Maybe I'm feeling that my purpose has shifted and I've done all I can do in this vein, and now I'm looking for something different. Be aware of these little inklings, these little urgings that you have. They're not a mistake. They're not your ego stepping in and trying to shift things up. It's there for a reason, because maybe your purpose that you're currently on isn't as authentic as it could be. Maybe your purpose started off being somebody else's purpose, and you're just sort of realizing that now, that this was never my dream. Maybe you can make it your dream. Maybe you can turn it into your dream just with a little bit of tweaking by being your authentic self. Or maybe you've got a different dream in mind. Whatever it is, we need to focus on being authentic. And that means saying things sometimes that other people aren't going to agree with. That means doing things that other people might not like. That means putting yourself out there, taking a risk, and doing things that you might not normally have done. It's not putting yourself in danger per se, but it is about stretching yourself outside of your comfort zone. I feel like that's a really important message this week. And I'm also noticing in the card, and you'll see it when I put that picture up there, but there are a couple of fairies in this card floating around. So I feel a lot of elemental help this week, a lot of elemental help. So when you're stuck, when you're having a hard time, when you've got a decision to make and you're not quite sure what direction to take with that, go outside, take a breath, reconnect with your body, reconnect with nature, just to give yourself a clear head, a clear mind, get that grounding going. I feel that that's very important. So elemental energy is helping you out. All right. Feather time. And we pulled Grace, a nice bright pink, bright magenta feather, Grace. What I'm hearing with this is it's important as you're going through this process this week to give yourself and to give others grace. What does it mean to give grace? Grace is like I would say it's like forgiveness, forgiving another person. It's kind of like a combination of forgiveness and compassion. Being compassionate with yourself, being compassionate with others, and forgiving, recognizing that we're all on a journey together. And not all of us know exactly what it is that we're supposed to be doing. Not all of us have the textbook, the guidebook that lays out step by step the ins and outs of this crazy adventure called life. So recognizing that, yeah, some people may do things or say things that are just, maybe they're hurtful, or you feel that they're a little ridiculous or inappropriate, or not enough, not speaking enough, not speaking out. Recognize that, give them the gift of grace. Send them love, send them light, give them support, give them a break. Give yourself a break. Understand that we're all learning as we go, and the experiential process is a learning process. We aren't born just knowing everything. We have to remember what we know. And I feel like that's the message this week. Got some I feel like I've tied it all together, but I feel like there are a couple of different things going on this week for us. So definitely a week to be aware of topsy-turvy. I don't feel that this is a week where everybody is going to feel like everything is smooth sailing. I feel like we're on new ground, and it's a little, not shaky, but it's a little uneven. And that's okay. As long as you know that there's a little bit of uneven ground, just pay attention to where you're walking and give yourself and others the grace, which is, in my opinion, a combination of forgiveness and compassion. Recognizing that we are all going through this path and we don't always all know the answer. So cut yourself some slack, cut those around you some slack this week. And let's all just make this week the best that it can be. Step into that space of grace. Feel what it feels like. Create your own definition of grace, and really feel into it. That's really what is important, is the connection. Feeling the connection with those around you as we step into this week. Thanks so much, Dream Team, for coming through with very interesting messages yet again. Hope you guys have the most amazing week. I want to just tell you about my Ground Guidance and Grow this week in May. It's the first Thursday of every month. What I do is I pull a card from a deck at random, and whatever that card is becomes the theme of the month. And then I channel a guided meditation right there on the spot to get us warmed up to the theme. And then each individual who is participating, whether you're participating in the moment or whether you're getting the recording afterwards, you get your own personal reading on how you can apply that theme moving forward to set yourself up for your best month ever. So if you would like to join me, please check out my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. You can also go to my Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive, and sign up for that. Ground Guidance and Grow is only $25. It's an online experience, 7:30 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you can't make it, I know everybody's really busy. Sign up anyway, and you will receive the recording with your own personal guided meditation in there, and your reading in there that you can listen to at your leisure and experience at your leisure. So would love to have your energy there. Thanks so much, guys. Take care and have a great week. We'll see you next time.